We never know what's really priced in until like we can look in the rearview mirror.
Hmm.
We did a study for our clients that looked at AI, but through the lens of substitution.
Mm.
So, like, let's say that AI, the easiest use case is replacement of workers. And so we're talking about um, modeling this as how many jobs are you replacing? And that really lends itself to looking at the wireless industry. Because in the 90s, wireless was really about supplanting landline. And wireless went from 50 million users in 1994 to 20 years later, almost 8 billion. Okay. So it was a hyper growth industry that the growth was already by 1994, 10 years of hyper growth, but then it still grew another 20 years. The wireless stocks, the entire ecosystem from the handsets to the service providers to the chips, they all peaked 8 years into the cycle. So like they became market performers, even though the industry grew parabolically for much longer. So I think that there is going to be the moment where the AI related stocks no longer outperform because it's either priced in or so much capital and competition's flowed in that no one's making money. It's profitless prosperity. I don't know when that moment's coming.
Yeah.
But is it going to happen? I mean, yes.
But you could make the argument versus the 90s that a lot of these cycles have been accelerated, right? So if it took 8 years, for that to happen, I mean, we could say now we're in the third year of this massive CapEx build out. And at some point, it doesn't seem like, and even from what, NVIDIA had to say last night, it just doesn't seem like there's too many supply, constraints anymore.
I think it's fair to say, like, the top is in when they don't go up on good news and they go down on bad news.
Yeah. And I guess the point that I would also make is at some point this year, I feel like there's going to be some data points that suggest there was an overbuild in the near term, right? And again, this goes back to ROI, right? If their customers aren't seeing it, and then we have a kind of sluggish sort of economy, they're just not going to be paying up for this sort of stuff right now.
Like that day is going to come. I don't know if it's this year, but it could be this year. But I don't know.
So,
I mean, I'm probably not in a camp where I have any certainty on that.
So can I ask you, what do you think would be different about from 21 to the lows in 22? And we just mentioned those 4 stocks that lost, 70% of their value. There was, dozens of stocks in the NASDAQ 100 that had been cut in half. And I think about what's gone on here, you could say it was real capital that's been behind this. It's real technology. You could take a longer term view, and I'm with you. I believe all of those things. We're going to hit super intelligence and then super intelligence. And it's going to be this like something that we've never seen before. I get it. I'm going to take the over on it. But why couldn't we see some of these companies that have been at the forefront of this trend? Why couldn't we see them get cut in half over the next year or two if there is, a lack of demand and an overcapacity build?
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone can rule it out, but I probably would just say I'm not sure I'm on the same page as you that we've reached overcapacity. But if there is overcapacity, which is going to happen, right? We're going to definitely overinvest capital in the space. Then the stocks are no longer going to make you money. But if someone says name a date that happens, I just say, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, if everyone tells me it's this year, then I'll tell you it's definitely not this year.
Right.
Tom Lee is here to deliver the best news NVIDIA holders could possibly ask for, straight from the mouth of Jensen Huang himself. Recent developments have sparked debates about the future of artificial intelligence infrastructure, especially in relation to NVIDIA's GPUs. So without a further ado, let us delve into the intriguing details surrounding Tom Lee's statements and the potential impact on NVIDIA's stock. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
If there is overcapacity, that means the cost of compute is going to come down, and that means the adoption might go up. If inference costs are going down, right, then you're going to see a lot of other industries really figuring out how to use this technology, right? Because they're taking hard looks at it right now. So what sectors would you think would most benefit with the cost of compute coming down, who could really obviously benefit from a whole host of reasons of having, like inference processes that are going to really aid their businesses?
Well, I mean, I think people definitely oversimplify that belief, whatever Jevons paradox, because like take Bloomberg. If you made it free, would everyone adopt it? Like 99% of the world be like, wait, I don't even know how to use this thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or, if you made like, a nuclear car engine free, would suddenly every automaker use it? Like,
Right.
so it can't be just cost. That's the gating factor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't want in the tech world, when in the 90s, we used to call it, you don't want to be bleeding edge. If the technology is ahead of the consumer, it's just going to hit a wall.
Yep. Well,
And-
you can make the argument like Amazon was that, right? In the year 2000, I mean, people weren't really comfortable putting their credit cards at Amazon or eBay and that sort of thing. And now, I mean, Amazon is a $2 trillion market cap company that owns, North American retail.
So there's a tricky alchemy that people oversimplify, like when it comes to technology adoption, because it's not just cost that, right? Because like all these social media companies, their products are free, but the 10th free one doesn't grow, even though it's free.
Right. So when you think about this, because I know you have a lot of institutional clients, but you also have a lot of retail clients through your FundStrat product, like how are you expressing ways to play this, let's call it near term 2025 in the stock market, okay, generative AI, and then how do you think about it longer term? Because again, if we use your example, the wireless, some of the names that have been winners right now, longer term are not exactly going to be those winners.
Yeah, that's right. And just for everyone to really finish the point on wireless, the only thing that really proved, there's only two types of industries that proved to have value 25 years later or outperform the S&P, tower stocks and then Apple. And Apple disrupted the entire ecosystem in 2007.
Right.
So, if someone is playing AI today, it's not a mistake to bet on the leading companies for now. And so that means, Nvidia and, other tech names around that. So I think the market is getting all that right. And they're getting the power right and the need for things to support the expansion of data centers. But what they have to be mindful of is the correlation of all that is 1.0. Like they're all going to stop working at the same time. But I don't know when that date is.
Right.
Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang certainly had a lot to say during his keynote speech at GTC. Despite the concerns raised by DeepSeek's breakthroughs, Huang remains bullish about the future of Nvidia's GPUs in the AI landscape. In fact, he boldly stated that the demand for AI accelerators is set to rise in the coming years, contrary to what some may fear. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
It would be strange if we looked at a car by then and still see someone behind a wheel.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny to see a robot actually sitting in the driver's seat driving us. Sure, why not? If a car could learn how to drive, of course, a robot will also learn how to drive a car, and so maybe those old cars would become autonomous with a robot driving it.
Perfect.
And all the new cars will be fully autonomous.
And the idea that this could not be true is fanciful. It's just true. It could be truer, much faster than we think.
That's right. Yeah, there's no question now that we have digital AI, and digital AI, all the AIs that we know about today, is a giant industry. Right. And it is the industry that will underpin every industry. Now there's a physical AI, an AI where the software is the same as AI, but it comes out and it integrates with a physical object, self-driving cars, autonomous moving robots in warehouses, of course, general robotics, like what we announced with Groot and Juan. We trained and developed an AI for a general robotics system, a human or robot, and we open sourced it. And so now everybody can take advantage of it.
And that means the hyperscalers can spend tens of billions of dollars. One of the things that upsets me, Jensen, is that people keep saying, oh, woe is me, these companies have to spend that much money. I think they should be spending far more money.
They want to spend more money, and they are spending a lot more money. If you compare last year to this year to last year, the amount of capital expense that they're putting into AI infrastructure is much, much higher. The reason for that is because they make more money. The goal of making intelligence, who doesn't want to produce intelligence? We all want to produce intelligence. Every company produces intelligence in our own special way, and And now we have these factories that help you build intelligence and produce intelligence. Every company wants it. And so it's really only a question of how quickly we could get the data centers built and energies provisioned and so on and so forth.
As we navigate through the complexities of AI advancements and market dynamics, one thing is clear. Nvidia is positioning itself as a key player in the next wave of the AI revolution. With its focus on physical AI for autonomous cars and robots, the company is paving the way for groundbreaking innovations that could shape the future. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
We have to be able to understand it. That's one of the problems, to understand that this could be happening, and to not be scared of it. Please assure us that those who are scared of it may not recognize how much better their lives will be.
Well, I think we all believe that having better health care, having better drugs, having better education, we all agree that that's a fantastic thing. We would all agree that having fewer people have accidents and lose their lives in traffic accidents would be better. I think we all agree with that. And we all agree that when you go to a hospital, and the hospital is much more automated, and the surgical rooms are safer and does more precision surgical processes and procedures. We all would all agree that that would be better. Even doctors would agree that having AIs help them would improve the quality of their jobs. And
in conclusion, the future looks bright for Nvidia and its investors. Despite the recent fluctuations in stock price, analysts are optimistic about the company's growth potential. With a median target price implying a remarkable 52% upside, it's no wonder why many view Nvidia stock as a bargain. But what do you think? Share your thoughts. Finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.